From the Bob Mills Weather Center, meteorologist Stephen Nehrenz.
As we talked about a little while ago, of course, we had storms in spots last night. Not everywhere as expected, but the ones that we did have, they made some noise across eastern Oklahoma. Unfortunately, caused some damage up around Grand Lake. A couple of different marina areas reporting damage up around Monkey Island. Didn't catch the name of the viewer who sent these in. We had a couple pictures. You can see a big-time tree toppled over by the strong winds that went through there. And you can see another tree down that caused some pretty significant damage. Again, this is in that Monkey Island vicinity around Grand Lake. And we're going to see more pictures out there today. From later this afternoon, this evening. Our news crews are up there gathering more images of some of the wind damage left behind there. Other areas had some large hail, again, fairly sporadic, right? A lot of areas, were kind of just in between some of these storms, but around Manford there we had several reports of at least quarter-size hail, if not larger, with that storm that rolled through there yesterday. Up near the state line, a little south of Coffeyville. Again, that damaging wind report up around Grand Lake. And there were some other storms that produced some damage, as you saw earlier, down to the Oklahoma City vicinity. Those are long gone now. That was with that cold front that pushed through here last night. It's still pushing into southern Oklahoma right now. Behind it, we have dried out, and it is a nice sunny look. Now, as I mentioned, you can see that haze on the horizon, and air quality has been a little diminished at times. That is, unfortunately, once again, some elevated smoke from those Canadian wildfires that the jet stream is kind of drifting back our way. And I think we're going to notice that for the next day or two. So be aware of that. 80 degrees, though, dew points in the upper 50s and a north breeze. That is a whole heck of a lot better than yesterday. Heat index with those dew points yesterday, the heat index got to about 110. We're not doing anything close to that today. And once again, I showed you this earlier, but the dew points, low 60s, if not into the low to mid 50s. From Tulsa to the north, southeastern Oklahoma, you're starting to feel a little better outside of LaFleur County. And compared to yesterday, this is the dew point drop. Dew point drop of 15 and near 20 degrees from this time yesterday is pretty significant. That is a big drop from high humidity to relatively low humidity today. And again, that means that there's really no heat index for us to deal with outside of LaFleur County. Poto, you've got a heat index, but pretty much everyone else, what the thermometer reads is what it actually feels like for a change. Upper 70s north of Tulsa, 80 here at the lunchtime hour in the metro, 85 in McAllister. So feeling a lot better, at least for today. I've got us getting to about 91 in Tulsa. We may end up maybe a little bit shy of that with the temperature trend we're on, which is not a bad thing. Upper 80s around Bartlesville, Coffeyville, up towards Grand Lake may hold actually in the mid 80s around Grand Lake today. Upper 80s Tahlequah, low 90s around Eufaula, mid 90s across southeastern Oklahoma. Tonight, tomorrow morning will still be pretty comfortable as the dry air lingers for most of us. It'll start to kind of backbuild a little bit by the morning in our southern counties, but low 60s, even cooler north of Tulsa. Tomorrow we'll be back to hotter conditions, and south and west of the Tulsa metro, that humidity is going to start to creep back in. About highs tomorrow as opposed to upper 80s, low 90s. It'll be low 90s to the north, mid 90s in the metro, upper 90s in southeastern Oklahoma. Early Friday morning, there is another window of opportunity for some isolated to scattered strong to severe storms with mainly a large hail threat. We'll show you what this looks like. So Thursday night, we actually may be tracking a storm or two to our west that'll probably fall apart. But then early Friday morning, near and east of Tulsa, you see these storms develop and dive south and east. They won't last all that long, but we do think a few of those storms in our eastern counties early Friday morning, again, could have that potential for some large hail and some gusty winds. So much better weather today from a temperature standpoint. Enjoy it. Back to heat and some humidity Thursday and Friday. Over the weekend, temperatures in the low 90s Saturday and Sunday. Still a little toasty, but again, not too bad. Next week, we are eyeing what still look like some more significant weather pattern changes with cooler temperatures and hopefully some better chances for rain as well.